Read this first. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Carl Jung. Here's something fascinating I've noticed in 20,000 hours of coaching clients and hundreds of thousands more on my own personal development journey. We human beings may be able to send rovers to Mars, but we struggle to sit with ourselves. It seems to me like we should have solved this problem already. We certainly have every tool we could ever need. And yet, we're all asking ourselves the same question. How do I love myself? In trying to answer this question, I bet you, like me, have been working on yourself with coaching, therapy, energy healing, biohacking, psychedelics, meditation, seminars, and books. You've collected enough PDFs for life, but you still feel stuck. You wonder how it's possible to have done all that work, but still find yourself in the same old patterns. Cue the self-judgment, blame, shame, and guilt. But let me begin with this truth. It's not your fault. The answer lies in your nervous system. It's your nervous system that is replaying what happened to you, keeping you stuck and making it seemingly impossible to level up in your life. The nervous system is one of the strongest motivators for human behavior, influencing everything you feel, think, and do. Your nervous system can drive you to create your fullest life, and it can keep you from moving forward. I've worked with thousands of clients in exactly this scenario. I train therapists, psychiatrists, and psychotherapists. I don't have any certifications or degrees, but I can go toe-to-toe with the best researchers and practitioners in neuroscience to push the field forward with healthy debate. What I do have is an extensive knowledge base. I'm a walking encyclopedia with 20,000 hours of practice using that knowledge to help people improve their lives. I love academia, and I also recognize there's an important difference between what I do and what researchers in the halls of academia do. If my tactics don't work, I go out of business. In all my coaching, I focus on helping clients create positive change. If you're like the incredible, courageous individuals I've worked with over the years, these assumptions will feel familiar. You might think that if you're doing this work, you shouldn't be getting triggered or experiencing emotional blocks. Your goal in this work is to amplify your positive emotions, and you'd like to avoid the negative ones as much as possible. What if I told you that by chasing these goals, you've been avoiding some of the most important data for your development? What if I told you your triggers, emotional blocks, and resistance to negative emotions are the gateways to your next level? Maybe you'd rather stop listening to this book than believe those ideas. After all, there are coaches who focus on helping people feel their positive emotions, like Dr. Joe Dispenza with his quantum healing work, or Tony Robbins asserting that if you change your story, you can change your state. These are beautiful approaches, but if the work you're doing is not trauma-informed, you risk bypassing the parts of you, like your frustration, avoidance, and grief, that contain the deepest wisdom for your healing and growth. The modalities you've tried can be wonderful tools, but if they haven't been working, it might be a sign that deeper healing is needed before those tools can be effective. The CrossFit trainers at your gym don't need to be physical therapists to help you get fit. But if you walk into a CrossFit class with a broken ankle, the workout isn't going to help you heal. You need to heal the ankle first, and then you can get stronger again. Similarly, we can't bypass our negative emotions and experiences, nor would we want to, because these emotions and triggers can be our greatest gifts and our wisest teachers. The latest neuroscience suggests that you are stuck because there are specific emotions that you are either avoiding or afraid of feeling. And it's not just you. All human beings avoid what hurts. However, what we fear isn't life. We fear our emotions about life. Turning off feelings makes sense in real emergencies. When your house is on fire or you're fighting a battle, you need to be in a specific focused state to survive. But when the crisis is over and you continue to shut down the emotions you fear, what do you think happens to the part of you that feels that way? You've just told that part of you it's not welcome here. Think about what it feels like to be exiled. You become stuck in your business, your chronic health problems, and your relationship patterns because you're leaving parts of yourself behind. If you don't include all of your emotions, you're writing off the most important information you could possibly have about how to reach the next level